Alright guys, so after a year, we finally have our PSA submission back. A cool mix here. We have some rarer soccer cards, some basketball in here as well. It's been so long, I honestly forget exactly what's in here, but I'm excited to share it with you guys and see what we got. Boom. Off the bat, Ben Simmons Optic PSA 9. I was a big believer in Ben Simmons, especially a year ago, right? I would say he underperformed maybe what we were expecting of him, but I still think he can do some big things. There was talk of him even going to the Warriors. I would love that. First year Optic, was into these super cheap, so we'll see what happens. Next up, Ben Simmons Optic PSA 8. Tough one. This is maybe even a $10 card at this point, but you know, 8, 9, we have them in sequence. Hopefully, maybe we can even get a 10 after this. And boom, there it is. There's the 10. 8, 9, 10. You can never complain when you're getting 10s. This one is a nice one. I'm actually think I'm gonna hold on to my Ben Simmons stuff for now. I think he's definitely struggled. He did not play well in the playoffs, but the general perception of him right now, he's almost a meme at this point. Everyone's making fun of him. He is a talented player, and I think especially if his situation changes, he could really start showing people what he can do. Next up, Brandon Ingram Select PSA 10. It's funny how much things changed since when we submitted these. You know, back then select cards were really cheap, and then the select hype became crazy, and now it's kind of even went back down because of how much they released this latest batch of retail. People are kind of souring on select, but I'm a believer in Brandon Ingram as well. I think he's almost, maybe not quite in that Ben Simmons category. People aren't too down on him, but I think him and Zion, the Pelicans didn't do what people expected them to do last year. I think they'll be better this year. More adjusted. Brandon Ingram's already been an all-star and he's still super young. People forget about that. And as I always say, can never complain about a 10. And then another first year Optic. I think it's cool how Simmons and Ingram were for that first year. I think that'll matter a little bit. PSA 9. As always, I'm gonna put the value of my total cost, what I paid for the card and the grading. I'm into these so cheap. It's fine. Even this 9 I should do pretty well on. Joel Embiid Prism. I got this one really cheap actually. I found this one in like a Facebook marketplace lot. That's a quick tip for you guys. If you're willing to put in the work and really look at Mercari, Facebook marketplace, you can find deals. So this card only cost me I think like 10 bucks. And I was really excited. You know, this year of Prism, much less printed than it is now. I was like, even a 9 I'll do great on. Unfortunately, it got an 8. I still think I'll come out ahead, but you know, Embiid's a beast, man. I think this is a cool card, especially this year of Prism. It's a nice design. I would have liked a nicer grade, but we'll take it. Now we're into the soccer a little bit. Marcus Rashford Select, PSA 9. Again, I got this a year ago, so these were dumb cheap. I think this was like a $5 card. And, you know, tough grade, didn't get a 10. I like what Manchester United is putting together now, actually. They have a really talented squad. Their first game, they did really well, too. So, Rashford, coming into the World Cup as well. This is one I have no problem holding on to. This is kind of more of the off-the-wall getting stuff. If you guys actually remember, these cards are from my World Cup 2022 investing. These were kind of like a roll of the dice. Like, this card cost me literally, I think, $1 on ComC. Got it graded for $12. Worst case even, I think I'll find someone who would want this for 15. Morata, you know, Spain kind of struggling. They don't have like a nailed on striker who they can really rely on. And Morata, for all the memes, I think he's performed at a high level. So, you know, I'm talking all over the place. I'm not going to defend Morata, but you go and watch that video if you really wanted to see my theory of why I picked these ones up. But, you know, a nice numbered select. It looks nice, the color match too, so I'll take it. Another Morata, boom, and we got a 10. I mean, the silver select, especially these old school soccer ones, look really nice. And actually, we can even get, I think we have a 9 as well there. We can just get that in the frame. Got a 9 as well. Morata. We'll see what happens. You know, these literally $1. Got them graded for 12 bucks. Back then with PSA prices, you just can't really lose. And next up, Jordan Henderson, Blue Prism out of 249, PSA 9 with the color match if you're sensing a trend. Once again, this on ComC cost me like 5 bucks. Done big things for Liverpool. Didn't play too much for England if I'm not mistaken in the past Euro Cup, but if he gets healthy, he's a real like leader, like the heartbeat of the team. I could see him having a real role at the World Cup. No, he's getting a little older, but regardless, an iconic year of Prism, just a great looking card. I think it's cool. I have no problems holding on to this one either. Next up, Griezmann, blue PSA 9. I believe this one is numbered out of maybe 199 or 149, something like that. But with Messi gone, someone needs to step up for Barcelona. He's been a beast for France. Everyone sees that. So anyone France, I think going into the next World Cup is not a buy, but someone you might want to have. So that's kind of why I went after this one. Just think it's a cool card. One of his earliest ones too, especially with these soccer guys, they just don't have a lot. So they're nice numbered stuff. There's not a million parallels like there is today. Color match with the jersey. I think this is a nice one. Isco, Silver Prism, PSA 9. I don't think I've given up on the Morata investment, but the Isco, I think it might be a little late for him to, I don't think he'll be in that Spain World Cup squad. So that's what happens. You submit a year ago, but even at the time, right, when I was buying all these on ComC, I knew it was a roll of the dice. Like some of these guys were going to be out of the national team picture by the time I got them back, but my average cost is only like $12. So for instance, I bought all those. Let's say someone really wants that Griezmann card. I could see it happening, $75, maybe $80. It pays for all of it. So worth a shot, nice looking card. And last but not least, Isco. You know, I was kind of saying I gave up on him. This is a cool card though. A PSA 10, especially a patch auto. This is literally, I think, his earliest card, probably outside of Mega Cracks or like his earliest major card, I would say. Really cool to have this. He won the Golden Boy Award. I was a huge fan of Isco when he was back at Malaga. So even just for the PC, a PSA 10 that I'm into this card $14. I can't complain at all. But all right, guys, kind of a quick one. Some interesting different cards in there. Maybe not the biggest value, but I think it's cool just to show you guys maybe stuff you wouldn't see every day. Not the regular base cards. I do that too. But I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. We're going to keep the videos coming.